angles? Half angles.
Are they harder than double angles?
Just barely. Barely. The sine of alpha over 2 is equal to plus or minus the radical 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. There's not more than one answer. You have to decide if it's plus or minus. Okay. Cosine of alpha over 2 is equal to plus or minus 1 plus cosine alpha over 2. Tangent of alpha over 2 is like yesterday in that it has more than one possibility. Well, yesterday cosine did. Today tan does. But it's the same rule in that you can choose any of the ones. Yeah, but I just gave you the one that's used like 99% of the time. The first one is plus or minus the radical 1 minus cosine of alpha over 1 plus cosine of alpha. Or it is equal to 1 minus cosine of alpha over sine of alpha. Or it is equal to sine of alpha over 1 plus cosine of alpha. That's the half-angle identities. All right. Ready to use them? Use the half-angle identities, it says. Half-angle identities. Tells you what to use. Can we kind of do a simple one first? All right with you? He always wants them hard. Sine of 165. Since it tells us we want to use half angles, I need 2 in my denominator. So I need to rewrite this as something over 2. Anybody know what it would be?
It could be 330, right?
Right. This is the sine of 330 degrees over 2.
So you basically just multiply it by 2 and then...
Basically, Everybody okay with this? What's alpha? 330. Right? Everybody okay with that? So, my formula is plus or minus 1 minus, is it 1? Is it minus cosine of alpha? Cosine of 330 over 2? Is that right?
Yeah.
What is the cosine of 330 degrees? 330 degrees is in what quadrant?
Quadrant 4. So it'd be
this must be 30.
Yeah, so across from it is, or the opposite is 1,
Uh-uh.
so negative 1, and then the adjacent is radical 3, and then 2, right?
Are you all right? Agree with me? So this is 1 minus radical 3 over 2 over 2. Right? Can I get a common denominator for my numerator?
Yes.
What is it?
2 over 2 minus
2. So do I have, plus or minus, isn't this 2 over 2? So I have 2 minus radical 3 over 2 over 2. Right? Which is plus or minus the radical 2 minus radical 3 over 4. Do you all agree? Are you okay with that? Now, doesn't this radical mean that it's the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom? What's the square root of the top? Radical 2 minus radical 3? What's the square root of the bottom? 2. Now, the question is it plus or minus?
A minus, and it's in quadrant 4.
No, no. What was, I look at my original angle. 165 is in quadrant 2, and is sign positive or negative? Positive. So this is my answer. It's an ugly answer, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
This is an easy one?
What?
And this is an easy one?
Uh-huh. Wasn't horrible, was it?
No.
It's an ugly answer, though. I agree. Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
I like the very point.
I know.
There's an answer.
I know. I know.
Huh? I can play it. So we double it and then put it over 2. Right?
Right.
So 14 pi over 12 over 2. Right? Yeah. 14 pi over 12 over 2.
Like we're making smarter than it has.
I would definitely. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, 14
I've
over
never.
12.
Oh my god, I've never even realized that was an option. How?
What?
I've never even considered that as an option to double a fraction.
You can multiply fraction times 2, can't you?
Well, yeah, it's just if you tell me what is this fraction times 2, I'm not gonna think to divide the denominator by 2. I just think it's double immediately. That was wild.
But if you double the numerator, then
That's crazy.
it reduces.
So is this equal to plus or minus 1 plus cosine of 7 pi over 6 over 2? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, 7 pi over 6 is in what quadrant?
It's in quadrant 3.
So it's here. Isn't this pi over 6?
Which would be, -1, negative radical 3, and then 2.
What? I think you gave me cosine.
Isn't it asking for this?
Yes, but I was asking for the hypotenuse. Plus or minus. What is this? 1 minus radical 3 over 2 over 2, right?
Yeah, so you get 2 minus radical 3 over 2 over 2. So it'd be the same
Wait a
as the
minute.
other one.
2 minus radical 3 over 2 over 2.
Which is radical 3 over 4.
It is this, which is, whoops, this now, is it plus or minus? We were looking at 7 pi over 12, which is in quadrant 2,
Which one is?
and we were doing cosine, right? So it's negative. Okay? Are we good with that? All right. Let's work a different kind of problem. All right? Is that all right with you?
Yes, so.
I'm going to tell you that cosine of alpha is negative 12 over 37. And I know this. Okay?
So it's in quadrant 3.
Good. Can we draw it?
Yeah.
If this is alpha, isn't this negative 12 and this 37? What's that leg?
It's a number. A negative number.
Good job.
Negative 35? Yes. Negative 35.
Okay. The first thing I want to find is this. Sine of alpha over 2. Which is plus or minus 1 plus cosine of alpha over 2. Is sine minus?
Yeah.
See, you're here and you caught me this time. So it is 1 minus, what's cosine of alpha?
Negative 12 over 37.
So is it plus 12 over 37 over 2? Right?
You're trying to call it denominator, 37
So it should be 37 over 37?
Yeah, so you get 49 over 37.
49 over 37 over 2, right?
Yeah.
Which is 49 over 74,
Yes.
right? You all with me? What do I do now?
Find the square root.
Okay, it is 7 over radical 74, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is 7.
7 radical 74 over 74.
My question is it positive or is it negative? All right, let's go back. Let's go back. If alpha is between pi and 3 pi over 2, and I want alpha divided by 2, don't I? So can I divide all of this by 2? Which means pi over 2 is less than alpha over 2, which is less than, so it's in quadrant 2.
Specifically in the first half quadrant.
Yes. So this one would be positive. Okay? Now, can I find cosine of alpha over 2? Is it plus or minus radical 1 minus 12 over 37 over 2? Right?
Yes.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. 'Cause I was like, wait, shouldn't it be plus? And I said you already worked that out.
So once again, is this plus or minus radical 25 over 74? Because this was 37 over 37.
Yeah, you get 5 over radical 74, which would be 5 radical 74 over 74. But it would be negative.
It would be negative. Now, what do I do with tangent?
Something different.
Is tangent, I just like the first one, is the tangent of alpha over 2 equal to the radical, plus or minus, 1 minus cosine of alpha over 1 plus cosine of alpha. Is that right?
Yes.
Which is 1 plus 12 over 37 over 1 minus 12 over 37, right? Is this plus or minus 49 over 37 over 25 over 37?
Yes.
This reduces, and I have radical 49 over radical 25, which is 7/5, right? It is negative. Now, do you remember that we said tangent was sine over cosine? Could I have put sine over cosine and reduced it? And look what I would have got. Negative 7/5.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that, but no, I just said
Don't forget to circle your answers.
yes.
Okay?